Greetings, people of YouTube, and welcome to H1Z1, which is, well, actually, it used to be developed by Sony Online Entertainment, and then now they were bought by someone else, and now they're called something else. But it's a, in the future, free-to-play game, which is now currently not free-to-play. It's pay-to-play, and, you know the model where you pay them to test the game, etc., stuff like that. I believe it costs £15, and it's a zombie survival game, sort of. But I'm going to talk about its other element, the other mode, which is the Battle Royale bit of it. I'm not going to be talking, so anything I say is going to be, or anything I show rather is going to be happening in the Battle Royale mode, but it's probably going to have something to do with the game in general, but I can't really talk about it because I only played like 30 minutes of the normal stuff and mostly played the Battle Royale bit. And I'm going to compare it to the Arma 3 version of Battle Royale, and also some of the stuff in DayZ, because probably the main competitor of H1Z1 would be DayZ, minus the Battle Royale bit. Even though PlayerUnknown, who is working on Battle Royale here and then the one in Arma 3, has said that he's going to do one for DayZ as well as soon as they open up DayZ for modding. So, without further ado, let's join a server. You start the game in a box. It's a lobby, essentially. They call it the Box of Destiny, if I'm not mistaken. And this is where people can actually kind of fight and interact. But the wait isn't that long, unlike Arma 3. So everything, if there's one thing that is, or one generalization you can make about H1Z1, or rather Battle Royale and H1Z1, is that everything is faster. And happens maybe twice as fast usually. So like the rounds are not 1 hour, but if you win, I would assume. I've never won, so I don't know exactly, but I think that this half as short, so about 30 minutes. We need to unpack this to get ready for the battle. There we go. So now we should be alright. So when the battle starts, you drop from air. Instead of an airplane, you just are already with a parachute dropping down. And just like in Arma 3 Battle Royale, you need to find weapons, find gear. There isn't that much gear, like a backpack and a hat usually is something you find. As far as I know, maybe I haven't, because I've only played about 15 to 20 matches possibly, and that's kind of what this video is based on. There aren't that many weapons. Okay, so the falling down, I'll get back to the weapons, is in, or rather descending is in third person. We're gonna go actually for right there. There's a I think, if I'm not mistaken, oh, maybe it's over there. Is that a caravan? Oh, it could be a caravan. If that caravan's empty, we missed out big time. But I mean, that's the closest thing we can drop to. So there is no fall damage. You're gonna see me face plant next to that thing, as long as I don't get stuck in the car, because that has happened before. Alright, there we go. I'm alright. I'm okay. Nothing happened. Alright, let's see. Hopefully this has weapons. Okay, there we go. That's very good. So we have a gun. You could say pretty much the best gun in the game. We got a backpack. And there's only 3 guns generally, so isn't that much competition against this one. So let's not equip the binocs. Let's equip that. I'm going to put my headphones back on. I took them off just to be able to withstand the lobby. Because if you mute the game... We do have sound, don't we? Let's check. We don't have sound. How do I not have sound? Okay, I suddenly have sound. I just tapped out and tapped back in. You know, game's still in development, etc. And I don't know if you saw that there was a police cruiser driving by. If that car goes towards that... he probably won't go there. I wonder if he saw me. See if we can get a car is what I'm trying to do. But I think... The visibility range is pretty low here, so I doubt that we'll... Nah, he's not. I was just checking if he parked here, maybe? He didn't park here. Oh, is that him? Or is that the car that was there? Never mind, it's probably the car that was there before. So, as you probably noticed, third person, first person is a thing. Going to first one, going to third one. I've actually tied this to my to a mouse button. And this is kind of important. It's one of the points I wanted to make as well. Because if you, unlike a DayZ for example, or same for Arma 3, if you aim down the sight, it doesn't take you in the first person. And plus it's not a toggle. It's like that. I think it's closer to some mass market FPS games rather than again like Arma series. So in order to go into, you can aim down in order to go to the first person for aiming, and then do that. And for some reason, your reticle, your like that little dot, still appears. So I assume that's where you're shooting. I haven't really wrapped my head around the shooting in this game. I'm not very good at the game, and potentially because the shooting didn't really work out for me so far. But we're in top 60 out of 120, so that's good. And so yeah, so you probably that's your thing, which is a bit weird. But again, you know, game is in development; they're gonna improve it, etc., etc. I'm not sure we are actually going the right way. So like I said, you just need to survive, be the last man standing, survive the other contestants, and survive the fog. And the fog isn't there yet. There will be a little circle, well, like a large circle to begin with. And the map is always the same. This is the map every time you play Battle Royale currently in the game. And in order to use the map, because there obviously you can see there is no, oh, there's a circle, but my icon isn't on the map. So what you do is you look at on your lower right hand corner, and you see that it says position H5, and you just find H5. So that's H and that's 5. So we are actually here, and we need to go all the way southwest. So we need to start moving southwest if we want to get in here by the time the fog is released, or whatever cloud, I forgot what it's called. So that in that sense is different, and it took me some time and then actually looking it up to figure out how do I tell which way I'm going, because you do, if you look at the inventory, you do have a compass here, and turns out it's always on, sort of. You just need to notice where it is, and it's in the upper right corner. And if you turn around, so like now it says west northwest, now it says west southwest, and we need to go like west. Actually, we need to go that way, yeah, west southwest. So we were running the wrong way entire time. And that's how you know where you are. So instead of having like in Arma 3 a little GPS, you kind of have a GPS but like a text-based one, and then you have a paper map that you can combine the two and realize where you are, and more importantly where you're going. There is an alt look or alt to look or free look in the game where you press down alt button and you can do that. Is that a car? Maybe that's a plane. But there is no track R support, and this is also potentially why I've been having such poor experience, not in terms of like game failing or crashing, but like me not performing very well. And it's most likely because I am now pretty much only playing the FPS games where I can use track IR, and so like doing that or not being able to move my head and also look around that way diminishes my situational awareness a lot, and I need to remember to doing this all the time. Oh, we're getting shot, aren't we? Let's see if we can take that guy out. Was that him? Oh, there he is. Okay, that didn't go too badly. Oh, we're bleeding. Okay, one sec. Use this. How badly are we? Severe bleeding. It's gonna take several of these. Probably gonna get killed while we're doing this. I quite like that system where you have several, like if your wound is pretty bad, you're gonna need a lot of bandages, unlike in DayZ currently. Which probably is something they're gonna fix as well. We're still bleeding. Do you have a med pack? Did I pick up a med pack? Maybe I didn't. Alright, well, we did that. The bodies disappear, which is quite disappointing. It's kind of sad that that's happening. Alright, so we need to open the loot. Is that... yeah, that's our ammo. Let's get a motorcycle helmet. I don't need the axe. Alright, well, unfortunately there is no med pack there, but I think we're gonna be 74 now in terms of our health. You can see health all the way down on the right. So this is much better than I usually fare, considering that we both had the rifle, which is one of the 3 weapons in the game. I forgot if I mentioned this or not. I may repeat certain things because this is not like pre-recorded written text. I'm just kind of talking about the things I want to mention as I go. So 3 weapons are the automatic rifle, or AR-15, which is, I believe, M15's civilian version. I think that's how things work in the military world. Southwest, right? Oh, we have to go through that. That's kind of crap. And then there is a shotgun. I forgot what kind. And then there's like a 1911 type weapon, which fires like .45 ammo. In terms of melee weapons, there's an axe. I think there's a machete. There is a knife. I think combat knife. And there's also a bow and arrow, but I believe they're not working currently, because at least I didn't manage to do anything with them. So there's that. I need to, at some point, kind of figure out my course of action here. Okay, so you see the message there, which means that the gas is out. And we're just going to crouch here for a bit. Hopefully no one saw us go into that bush. And let's see. So we are in, what is that, G6 or 5? I can't even tell. It should be a bit bigger, to be honest. G6, let's say. So we're here. And why is my map smaller suddenly? Can I zoom in on the map? Okay, never mind. Can I interact with the map? No. So anyway, G6 is here. So we need to go west. More west and a bit of south. Alright. Potentially where we're gonna die here, because we're just entering a place. Oh, interesting thing about water. Even if this costs me my life, I'm gonna show you. So I think because they don't have swimming in the game yet, all water is ankle deep. You can even drive on it. It's maybe knee deep, but looks more like ankle deep. Okay. So anyway, that's water. Let's hide behind under this bridge here. Sort of. I don't hear anyone else shooting, so I guess that's good news. I'm just gonna follow the shoreline. It's much safer than in town. As far as I can tell, or as far as I know, or maybe I didn't figure out how it works, but there is no AA in the game, which makes seeing things that are far away from you a bit hard, for me anyway, at least on this 24-inch screen. Maybe it's an airplane. The airplane sometimes drops care packages, just like in the Arma 3 version. And also bombs you, and the bombing is the most awkward thing I've seen. It's really weird. I think it's very new and placeholder. Even though, you know, having said that, I have been killed by it, so it's new, crap, and kills me. So that's my experience with the bombing. Yeah, so airplane is quite similar in that regard. One of the major differences, besides everything that probably you see visually and, you know, things I've already mentioned and you also have noticed, man, this is a crap place to be. Wide open. I feel like this is where we're gonna die. Is the jump. That. Look how ridiculous that is. So yeah. That's pretty weird. But this is, I mean, this is not just Battle Royale. This is just the engine it's running in. It's the H1Z1 engine. But, you know, this is, I guess a lot of people like that. You know, I've seen people complain about... Oh, shit. Wow. I only heard that and then saw the smoke. Oh, boy. Where the hell did he go? Is he gonna be the person who kills us? Can hardly tell what the hell's going on. There are binocs in the game, so technically you could see farther, and they're kind of like, they're even higher magnification than like a focus action in Armageddon. Oh, there's a guy over there. He's too far away from me. But you need to equip it to use it, which kind of slows things down a bit. Wonder if that guy actually just drove off. I'm just wasting my time here. I'm just gonna go under the bridge and leave. We got places to be. We're still at G6. Like, this isn't very good. If they even see me from there, the likelihood they can hit me from that distance is pretty low. How did I lose more health? That's very strange. I think if you've been hit, you just kind of end up at 60 or something. Oh, this is a bad place to be as well. Let's go up here, if we can. Let's use a ridiculous jump to get up there. Yay! That doesn't really work, does it? Oh no, okay, there we go. This guy just drive off into the forest. Maybe it did. Ooh, nice textures. Look at that. I just wanted to repeat if I think I've said it already, but any criticism... Why am I... Oh, God. How did I end up here? Okay. Okay. We're gonna die. Gonna die pretty hard, and it's not gonna be funny. As I'm dying, I want to say that any criticism I level at the game is mostly directed towards the engine, rather than what PlayerUnknown has done with the mod, or with the mode in this case, because it's like legit in the game, the Battle Royale bit. So yeah, just saying that once more. I think we made it, actually. We're gonna be like, we're like one hit death right now. All right, that was pretty close. So that's the smoke or fog or cloud or whatever that is. That's the horrible thing. That's the thing. And we're probably gonna die now because just like a bullet grazes us and we're dead. So I'm gonna go up there. But then if you die, like life is cheaper in H1Z1 Battle Royale. So it's not a huge problem if you die, because you can just very easily join the next match. Very easily. It's like takes maybe 2 minutes and you're in the next one. Well, in the best case scenario, maybe like in the worst case scenario, like 5. But which is a lot faster generally on average than in any Arma game. So it's not really either a bad thing or a good thing. I think this is purely like taste. If you prefer faster matches with less tension, you know, this is for you. If you prefer matches that you know, it more depends whether you know how long you live and how foolishly you behave, etc., then probably you should try Arma 3. And obviously Arma 3 is a finished game, unlike H1Z1, which is pretty fresh in terms of its development time. And it shows, and I would assume it'd get better, and probably to have more weapons at least, and you know, more content, if not necessarily change like this, which is the best jump in the world. Hey, alright. There's definitely less tension in this version of Battle Royale, just not only because I think everything is fast and not just a, you know, get in, get out, die, respawn, start again bit, but also because... What is that noise? I don't know. But also because the environment is somewhat less believable, because again, probably it's because of the work in progress bit. I don't know. Maybe it will improve, maybe it won't. But there is less immersion just due to... Well, actually, yes and no. I'm gonna kind of contradict myself here. There is less immersion in terms of, like, this rock looks like crap, right? This mountain is... If it's not placeholder, it should be, okay? But if you look at some of the indoor environments, they look better than stuff in Arma 3, and because there is no furniture in Arma 3, right? There's like maybe 2 places with chairs in it, or 1 single chair. And there is also, it looks even better in terms of its furniture, even than DayZ. Oh, we're about to die. No, I had 30 health. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So someone else had the same idea of going up the mountain. I finished number 26 while doing this video. That's pretty cool. Look at me go. Someone call my parents. I'm amazing. Excellent. So in terms of the indoor environments, it's actually better than those games, but because of its detail, and like it actually has furniture. While in Arma 3, you go into this town that's supposed to be, you know, like a real town where people live, civilian population kind of. Maybe if they fled, but they couldn't have just possibly taken all their furniture with them. But it seems like they did, and here it's different. But the environment itself, the nature, is, again, for now anyway, very, very placeholder. So, in that regard, you don't really feel like that you're there. And potentially for me, again, this is maybe a very personal thing where lack of the track IR, lack of head tracking, makes it also less immersive for me, because I can't really turn my head around. And as much as I don't like third person, I only use first person here to shoot. Even if I'm looting, which in most cases I would be using in other games, I would be using first person. It's for some reason it's pretty hard to do that. I'm not sure what exactly is causing that, but like it's very uncomfortable to do first person looting in H1Z1. But having said all that, it definitely has advantages as well. Like, for example, the very fast gameplay, if you're into that kind of thing. Servers, unless they're down for maintenance, are always available, and you don't have to choose a server. You just get into the queue, and as long as it didn't break because of a patch or something like that, you get in, you play, and within 5 minutes you are on the field of battle trying to survive. Again, it's very early in development, so potentially things could change. I haven't heard that they are going to make participation in the Battle Royale part of H1Z1 not free in sometime in the future. Not now, not soon, but at some point. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But this has been kind of circulating as at least as a rumor. I think there's like an official stance on that, which is I haven't looked up. But if you're specifically interested in the future of Battle Royale for H1Z1, then you should probably look up some kind of official communication from the developers, as opposed to listening to some guy on YouTube. So on that happy thought, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please consider supporting in any way you can. And I will see you in the next one.